You know, there's a power out there that almost everyone mistakes for weakness, a strength that people just see as nothing, an absence. But we're not here to talk about noise. We're here to understand the strategic landscape of silence. You've met this person. Maybe you are this person. You're in a meeting, at a social event. You're present, you're observing, but you say almost nothing.
So what are people thinking? Is it incompetence? Is he scared? Or is it a sign of a disciplined mind? A mind that's operating on a level that just doesn't need external validation. See, that's silence. It isn't emptiness. It's a field of operation.
Look, to really understand a quiet person, you have to accept that their silence is a tool, or a strategy, or even just a state of being. And you have to know it's almost never what the world assumes it is.
So let's break this down. We can actually map out this quiet landscape into 4 distinct psychological types. And this framework, this is the key. It's how you start to see the power that everyone else just misses.
All right, first up, type 1. This is the person who treats their words like currency. They are
The value speaker. Now, this person doesn't waste energy on trivial stuff. Small talk? It's just an inefficiency they can't afford. But you bring up a topic with some real substance, a complex problem, a deep idea, and they engage with absolute precision. Their power isn't in how much they say, but in the weight of what they say. Their silence is basically a filter for meaning.
Okay, on to type 2. This person is quiet not because they have nothing to say, but because they have so much going on inside. This is
the lone thinker. Their mind is like a fortress. They've spent years in their own head, debating, analyzing, building. They don't need a conversation with you for stimulus because, frankly, the one they're having with themselves is just richer. Their power is complete self-sufficiency. So, you have to understand, their quiet isn't a rejection of you, it's a commitment to their own internal world.
Now, for our third type. This one's different. They don't just prefer silence, they wield it like a tool. They are
the strategic communicator. In any social setting, this person is the observer. They understand a fundamental truth. The one who talks the most is usually the one with the least control. So they listen. They gather data. And then, with just a simple question, they can redirect the entire focus of the room. Their power lies in observation and influence, without ever exposing themselves. They control the frame precisely because they refuse to fill it with noise.
And that brings us to the final type, the one whose silence is more commanding than any speech you'll ever hear. This is
the silent authority. Think about it. When everyone else is reacting, caught up in the chaos, this person is grounded. They speak so rarely that when they finally do, the whole room just stops. Their words carry the weight of all that composure. Their power is their presence. This is what confidence that needs no volume looks like. His stability, that's the statement.
Okay, so to really get these types, we need to go deeper and explore their inner world. And we have to start with a really crucial distinction, the one between choosing to be alone and being forced into it. You see, solitude is a strategic choice. It's a state of recovery, of deep work, of mental fortification. Loneliness, on the other hand, is the pain of disconnection. It's the difference between a forge and a prison. Quiet people don't fear being alone. They leverage solitude to sharpen their minds.
And this really gets at the idea of a social battery. For a lot of us, social interaction is an expenditure. It drains the battery. So you have to strategically withdraw into solitude just to recover that energy. For other people, of course, it's the exact opposite. And listen, this isn't a flaw, it's just a fundamental difference in our psychological wiring. And it's something that has to be managed.
And that right there is the fundamental truth. We live in a world that equates noise with strength, but true confidence, that's an internal state. It's not an external performance. It's built in the quiet, not performed on a stage.
So this brings us to the power shift. We've all been conditioned to see silence as passive, right? As a void. But we have to reframe it. We need to see it for what it really is, an active, powerful, and strategic force.
And here's the crucial point. Silence isn't an absence of power. It's just a different expression of it. Think about it. While everyone else is talking, the quiet person is observing patterns. While others are reacting emotionally, they're regulating their own state. They're cultivating deep thought instead of just giving a shallow response. This isn't passivity. It's a profound strategic advantage. So I'll leave you with this question. In a world that is filled with constant, demanding noise, the ability to command your own silence, that's not a personality quirk. It's a measure of your discipline. The real question isn't whether you're quiet or not, it's whether you're in control of it.